The laundry basket slipped. Kwon Jae-won moved without thinking, catching the folded sheets before they hit the floor. His hands brushed against smaller ones, worn and rough in a way he didn't recognize. He looked up. 7 months, 212 days, 5,088 hours since Asha disappeared, and here she stood 3 feet away, wearing a maid's uniform that hung loose everywhere except her stomach. Her very pregnant stomach. His child still there, still growing, still safe. The relief hit him so hard he forgot to breathe, but Asha's face showed nothing. No tears, no shock, no anger. She pulled the sheets from his grip, stepped back, and said the 5 words that broke something inside him he didn't know could still break. "Please move. I'm working." Then she walked past him like he was a stranger. 7 months earlier, Kwon Jae-won had been many things, feared, respected, powerful. Men twice his age bowed when he entered rooms. His name alone could end careers, destroy businesses, ruin lives. But none of that mattered the morning he woke up and Asha was gone. Her closet, empty. Her toiletries, vanished. Even the small things, the book on her nightstand, the slippers by the bed, the hair ties on the bathroom counter, all of it, gone, like she'd never existed. Except for one thing. Her wedding ring, sitting on the dresser catching the early morning light. He'd picked it up with shaking hands. White gold, simple, exactly what she'd wanted when he'd offered her diamonds. "I don't need expensive," she'd said, smiling in that quiet way of hers. "I just need real." The ring had been real. He'd thought their marriage was too. He'd been wrong. Jae-won hadn't slept properly since. His right-hand man, Shin Tae-oh, ran most of the daily operations now while Jae-won obsessed over finding her. Every contact, every resource, every favor owed, he'd used them all. Nothing. Asha had vanished like smoke. Boss, Tae-oh stood in the doorway of Jae-won's office, tablet in hand. It was late, past midnight, but neither of them kept normal hours anymore. "You need to see this." Jae-won didn't look up from the security footage he was reviewing, again, for the 100th time, hoping to catch something, anything he'd missed. "Unless it's about Asha, I don't care." "It is." The tablet hit the desk before Tae-oh finished speaking. Jae-won grabbed it, scanned the report, and felt his heart do something violent in his chest. A maid. Baek estate, foreign woman, pregnant. Matches description. When? His voice came out rough. "Information came in 2 hours ago. I verified it first before bringing it to you." And Tae-oh hesitated. That was unusual. Tae-oh never hesitated. The source is reliable. "But boss, if it's really her, we need to think about approach. You can't just get the car, boss, get the car, or I'm driving myself." Tae-oh knew better than to argue when Jae-won used that tone. 5 minutes. The Baek's estate sat on the outskirts of Seoul, old money hiding behind older walls. Traditional architecture mixed with modern security. Jae-won had been here before, business dealings with old man Baek, nothing memorable. Now he memorized every detail. The gate opened before he reached it. Baek's people knew who he was. Everyone did. A house manager met him at the entrance, all polite smiles and careful words. "Mr. Kwon, we weren't expecting you. If you'd called ahead, I'm here to see Baek. Of course, please, this way." Jae-won barely heard him. His eyes scanned everything, every hallway, every door, every shadow. Looking for her, hoping. Dreading, they entered a sitting room, traditional, expensive, boring. Baek looked up from his tea, surprise flickering across his face before he hit it. "Jae-won, this is unexpected. I won't take much of your time." Jae-won forced himself to sit, to pretend this was normal. "I heard you recently hired new household staff." Baek's eyebrow raised slightly. "I have people who handle such things. Why would this interest you?" Before Jae-won could answer, the door opened. A maid entered carrying a tea tray. Young, Korean, not her. Disappointment and relief mixed in his chest. Then a second maid followed. Time didn't stop. Jae-won hated that phrase. Time couldn't stop. It was physically impossible. But something in him definitely stopped working. His lungs, maybe. Or his brain, or his heart. Asha, thinner in the face despite the pregnancy. Hair pulled back simply. Uniform plain and cheap. Moving carefully, one hand unconsciously supporting her lower back the way pregnant women do. 7 months pregnant now, he realized. She'd been 5 months when she left. She'd carried their child this whole time. Through whatever circumstances brought her here, through whatever pain he'd caused that made her run, she hadn't seen him yet. Her attention stayed on the tray she carried, the practiced movements of someone who'd done this many times. When she finally looked up, her eyes met his, and nothing happened. No gasp, no dropped tray, no dramatic reaction. Just a tiny pause, so brief he almost missed it. Then she set the tea down, bowed slightly to Baek, and turned to leave. "Wait, if you're enjoying this story so far, stick around because what happens next will shock you. And hey, if you love Korean dramas with real emotional stakes, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss where this goes." Asha stopped. Didn't turn around. Just stopped. Jae-won stood. Baek was saying something, but it sounded like noise. Everything was noise except her. "Asha." She turned slowly. Her face remained blank, polite, the expression you give strangers. Yes, sir. Sir, she'd called him many things over the 3 years they'd known each other. J1. Jagia when she was happy. Idiot when he was being difficult. Once memorably, she'd called him a stubborn mountain goat during an argument about dinner plans, but never sir. We need to talk. I'm working. Her voice stayed level, professional. If you need something, I can send another. Not about tea. He stepped closer. She stepped back. That hurt more than it should have. Asha, please. I don't know what you want from me, Mr. Kwan. The formality cut like glass. But I have duties. Excuse me. She left. Just walked out. And Jaewon stood there like an idiot while his wife, carrying his child, dismissed him like he meant nothing. Well, Baek's voice cut through the ringing in his ears. That was interesting. Should I assume you know my maid? Jaewon didn't look at him. Couldn't look away from the empty doorway. She's my wife. Silence, then carefully. I see. She didn't mention being married. She's also 7 months pregnant with my child. More silence. Baek sipped his tea. I hired her 4 months ago. She needed work, had good references, didn't ask questions. I don't pry into my employees' personal lives. 4 months. She'd been here 4 months, 20 minutes away from his office. Walking distance from 3 of his properties, right under his nose while he'd been searching everywhere else. Does she live here? The staff quarters, yes. Jaewon, Baek's tone shifted to something almost concerned. Whatever is happening between you two, handle it carefully. That girl works hard. I'd hate to lose reliable help over personal drama. Jaewon finally looked at him, really looked, let Baek see exactly who he was talking to. I'm buying the estate. Baek blinked. What? Name your price. I'll transfer the money tomorrow. Don't be ridiculous. This property has been in my family for triple market value. That stopped him. Greed and confusion warred on Baek's face. You can't be serious. Do I look like I'm joking? Jaewon pulled out his phone, texted Teo. My lawyer will contact yours in the morning. You have 48 hours to vacate. Now wait just a minute. Or, Jaewon's voice dropped to the tone that made grown men reconsider their life choices. We can discuss how your last 3 business deals violated about 17 different regulations. I have documentation. Very thorough documentation. Baek's face went pale. You can't prove. 48 hours. Take the money or don't. Either way, I own this property by the end of the week. Jaewon headed for the door, then paused. And Baek? If I find out you've been overworking a pregnant woman, we'll have another conversation. One you won't enjoy. He didn't wait for a response. Teo waited by the car, phone already out. I heard. Already contacting lawyers, boss. Are you sure about this? Buying an entire estate seems. Where are the staff quarters? What? The staff quarters? Where? Teo glanced at his tablet. East wing, ground level, but you can't just. Jaewon was already walking. The staff area was simpler than the main house but clean. Several doors lined a long hallway. He had no idea which one was hers. Then he saw her. End of the hallway, struggling with a large basket of what looked like curtains. Too heavy, way too heavy for 7 months pregnant. He closed the distance in seconds, took the basket from her hands despite her protest. I can carry it, she said. Where does it go? Mr. Kwan Asha. Her jaw tightened. For a second, he thought she'd argue. Then she sighed, tired and defeated in a way that made him want to break things. Laundry room down the hall. He walked, she followed. Neither spoke. The laundry room was small, warm, smelled like detergent and steam. He set the basket down, turned to face her. Up close, he could see more, the shadows under her eyes. The way she held herself, protective and wary. A small scar on her hand that hadn't been there before. Are you okay? The question came out rougher than he meant. The baby, are you both? We're fine. Asha, what do you want? She crossed her arms, defensive, blocking him out. Why are you here? Are you seriously asking me that? Yes, he stared at her. You disappeared 7 months, Asha. No note, no call, nothing, I thought. His voice cracked slightly. He cleared his throat. I thought you were dead, or hurt. Or I don't know, I thought everything, and you're asking why I'm here? You found me. Congratulations. Her voice stayed flat. Now you can go. Go? Asha, you're pregnant, with my child. Living in a servant's room, working yourself. I'm surviving, like I have been, like I will continue to do. She moved past him toward the door. You don't need to worry about us. He caught her arm. Gently, she froze. Don't touch me. He let go immediately. I'm not leaving you here. You don't get a say in that. You're my wife. Am I? She turned, and for the first time he saw emotion crack through. Anger, pain. Because I seem to remember being more like an inconvenience, a mistake you were planning to correct. Confusion hit him. What are you talking about? Don't. She held up a hand. Don't pretend. I heard you, Jaewon. I heard the whole thing. Heard what? The plan. Send her away after the baby's born. Protect the family name. Protect your reputation. Her voice shook now. I heard everything. His mind raced. Asha, I don't know what you think you heard, but I never said anything like that. Of course you didn't. Bitter, so bitter. You never say much of anything, do you? Too busy, too important? Too. She stopped, pressed her lips together. It doesn't matter now. It matters. Everything about you matters. He stepped closer. She stepped back. They were dancing, and he hated it. Please, come home. We'll talk. We'll figure this out. Home? She laughed, actually laughed. No humor in it. Which home? The one where your mother told me I trapped you. Where your cousins whispered about the foreign wife who got pregnant too conveniently. That home? Each word landed like a punch. I didn't know they were. I should have. I'm sorry. You're sorry. She nodded. Okay, great. I accept your apology. Now please leave. Asha, I'm tired, Jaewon. And she was. He could see it. Exhaustion in every line of her body. I'm tired and my feet hurt and I have 3 more hours of work, so please just go. He wanted to argue. Wanted to throw her over his shoulder and carry her out of this place. Wanted to fix everything immediately, but the look in her eyes stopped him. She wasn't his anymore. Maybe she never had been. I'm buying this estate, he said quietly. Bake selling. You can't be fired or kicked out. I'll make sure of that. Of course you will. She turned away. Because that's what you do. Throw money at problems.
Osh, good night, Mr. Kwon.
She walked out, left him standing in a laundry room that smelled like soap and broken promises. Teo found him there 10 minutes later, staring at nothing. Boss, we should go. Tell me everything. Jaewon's voice came out hollow. Everything she's been doing. Where she's been. How she ended up here, everything. I'll start digging tonight. And Teo, Jaewon finally looked at him. Find out what conversation she's talking about, what she thinks she heard. Someone told her something. Someone made her think I was going to send her away. Understanding crossed Teo's face. You think someone set her up? I think my wife doesn't run without reason. Anger, cold and sharp, replaced the numbness. And when I find out who gave her that reason, they're going to wish I'd just killed them. The penthouse felt emptier than usual. Jaewon stood by the window, drinking whiskey he couldn't taste, watching Seoul light up the night. His phone buzzed. Teo, what did you find? Not much yet. But boss, I accessed her medical records. She's been going to a free clinic in Songdong. A free clinic, when she could have had the best doctors in Seoul. And she's had all her appointments alone, no support person listed. The notes say she's high risk due to stress and overwork. Teo paused. They recommended bed rest twice. She didn't follow it, because she couldn't, because she was working to survive, because he'd failed her so completely she'd rather risk her health than ask him for help. Keep looking. I want to know everything. He hung up, poured another drink, didn't drink it. Instead, he went to the room he'd been avoiding, the one he'd locked 7 months ago and hadn't opened since. Their bedroom, everything exactly as she'd left it. He'd forbidden anyone from touching it. Her book still on the nightstand, bookmark holding her place. A hair tie on the dresser next to where he'd found her ring. The closet still held the few clothes she'd left behind, things she must not have been able to carry. He picked up her pillow. It didn't smell like her anymore. That hurt more than it should have. His phone buzzed again, a message this time. Unknown number. Stop looking for answers. Some people don't want to be found. He stared at the message, then called Teo back. Someone just warned me off. What? Trace this number now. He read it off. And Teo? Find out who in my family had access to Asha around the time she left. You think it's internal? I think my wife heard something she wasn't supposed to hear. And I think someone made sure she heard it. His grip tightened on the phone. Make a list. Everyone who was at the house that last month. Everyone who had reason to want her gone. That's boss. That's a lot of people. Then you better get started. He hung up again, looked around the empty room, their room. The one she'd never felt safe in. He'd fix this, whatever it took. However long it needed, but first he had to figure out how to get his wife to look at him like she used to. Like he was worth loving. Morning came too early. Jaewon hadn't slept. Again, he drove to the Bake estate at dawn. Teo hadn't been happy about it. You'll scare her off, he'd warned. Give her space, but Jaewon was done with space. Space had cost him 7 months. The staff entrance was around back. He waited there, leaning against his car, coffee in hand, 2 cups. Both fixed the way Asha liked hers, cream and honey, specific and sweet. Workers started arriving, gardeners, cooks, cleaners. They all stared at him. He ignored them. Then she appeared. Walking slowly, one hand on her back again, she saw him and stopped. For a second, he thought she'd turn around, leave. But she was stubborn, always had been. She walked right past him. Asha, I have work. I brought coffee. He held out the cup, the way you like it. She glanced at it. I can't have caffeine. I'm pregnant. Right, of course. He should have known that. Should have remembered, another failure to add to the list. Then decaf, he said. Tomorrow, I'll bring decaf. Please don't. Why not? She finally stopped walking, turned to face him. The morning light made her skin glow. She'd always been beautiful. Pregnancy made her more so, because it hurts. The honesty surprised him. What hurts? You. Being nice. Her hand moved to her stomach. Protective. It hurts because I remember when you were like this all the time. When I mattered. And then I remember how it felt when I realized I didn't anymore. You always mattered. No, soft, sad, I didn't. The company mattered. Your family mattered. Your reputation mattered. I was just there, pretty decoration that got inconveniently pregnant. That's not true, isn't it? She searched his face for something. He didn't know what. When was the last time we had dinner together, J1, before I left? When was it? He tried to remember. Couldn't. I don't. 3 weeks, he held up fingers. 3 weeks before I disappeared. And you spent the whole meal on your phone. I could have been anyone. Could have been furniture. You wouldn't have noticed. Shame burned in his chest. I was dealing with work. You were always dealing with work. She smiled. It broke his heart. I'm not saying I didn't understand. I knew who you were when I married you. But understanding doesn't make it hurt less. I'm sorry, I know. You said that already. She turned back toward the house, but sorry doesn't fix anything. It just makes you feel better about breaking it. She left him standing there. He let her go, for now, but he came back the next day and the day after that. Always early, always waiting. He didn't bring coffee, brought tea instead, decaf. Ginger tea, good for pregnancy nausea, according to the 7 pregnancy books he'd bought and read cover to cover in 3 days. She didn't drink it. But she stopped telling him to leave. Small progress, he'd take it. On the 4th day, it rained. Asha arrived without an umbrella, soaked through. He met her with a towel before she could argue. You'll get sick. I'm fine, the baby is fine. But she took the towel, dried her face, didn't give it back. Why are you doing this? Because you're my wife. That's not a reason. Because I love you. She flinched, actually flinched, like the words hit her. Don't what? Love you? Too late. Don't say it. Her voice cracked. Don't say things you don't mean. I mean it. I've always meant it. You have a terrible way of showing it, I know. He stepped closer. She didn't step back this time. Progress. I know I failed you. No, I was so busy building an empire that I forgot why I wanted it in the first place. Why did you want it? Security. Power. Protection. He looked at her, really looked. I thought if I was strong enough, rich enough, powerful enough, I could keep you safe, keep us safe. But I was so focused on the future that I lost the present. Asha's eyes filled with tears. She blinked them back. I was so lonely, 3 words. They destroyed him. I know, your family hated me. I know, I tried so hard to fit in, to be what they wanted, what you needed. A tear escaped. She wiped it away angrily. But it was never enough. You were always enough. His hands itched to touch her. He kept them at his sides. They were wrong, all of them. And I was worse because I should have protected you from them. Why didn't you? Because I'm an idiot. Simple, true, because I thought they'd come around. Thought if I gave them time, they'd see what I saw. That you're brilliant and strong and everything good I don't deserve. Stop it. It's true. It doesn't matter if it's true. She wrapped the towel tighter around her shoulders. Truth doesn't change the past. No, but it might change the future. She looked at him for a long moment. He couldn't read her expression, didn't know if that was good or bad. Finally, she said, I have to go to work. Okay, stop coming here. No, J1, no, gentle but firm. I'll come every day. Every single day until you believe me, until you trust me again. Until you come home. I'm not coming home. Then I'll wait until you do. She shook her head, walked toward the house, stopped at the door, didn't turn around. You'll get tired of waiting. Try me. She went inside. He went to work. Teo had information waiting. Found the number. Burner phone. Bought 7 months ago. Used once. To send that message. Who bought it? Can't trace the purchase. But boss, Teo pulled up security footage. I went through your house cameras from the week before Asha left. Look at this. The footage showed Asha in the garden. His cousin Minji approached her. They talked. Minji left. Asha stayed, staring at nothing. What did they talk about? No audio in the garden. But watch Asha's face. Jaewon watched. Saw the exact moment something broke inside his wife. The way her hand moved to her stomach. The way she crumpled onto the bench. Whatever Minji said, it destroyed her. Where's Minji now? At her apartment. Boss, wait, don't do anything stupid. Too late. Jaewon was already out the door. Minji lived in Gangnam. Expensive building, nice view. All paid for by the family. By him, that ended today. She answered the door in silk pajamas, coffee in hand, smiled when she saw him. Jaewon, what a surprise. Want to come in? He pushed past her. Didn't wait for invitation. What did you say to Asha? The smile faltered. What? 7 months ago, the garden. What did you tell her? I don't know what you're. He pulled out his phone, showed her the footage. What did you say? Minji's face changed. Calculation replaced confusion. I was trying to help. Help. She didn't belong, Jaewon, you know it. Everyone knew it. His controllers was slipping. He forced it back barely. What did you say? She sighed. Set down her coffee. I told her you were planning to send her away after the baby, that you'd take the child and divorce her quietly. The room went red. Why? Because it should have been true. Minji crossed her arms. She wasn't right for this family. Wasn't right for you. Some foreign nobody who got pregnant and trapped you. Stop talking. She wasn't even that pretty. I don't know what you saw in. He didn't remember moving, but suddenly he was inches from her face. His voice came out quiet, deadly. You cost me 7 months with my wife, 7 months of her pregnancy. You put her at risk, put my child at risk. Minji paled. I was protecting the family. You were jealous, clear now, obvious. You wanted what she had. And when you couldn't have it, you destroyed it. That's not. Get out. What? Out of this apartment, out of Seoul, out of Korea if you're smart. He stepped back before he did something he'd regret. You have 24 hours. Take nothing but what you can carry. If I see you again, we'll have a different kind of conversation. You can't do this. I'm family. No. He headed for the door. You're nothing. And if you ever contact Asha again, being nothing will be the least of your problems. He left, got in his car. Sat there shaking. Teo called. How bad? It was Minji. She lied to Asha. Made her think I was planning to abandon her. Silence then. What do you need? Cut her off. All family money, all access, everything. Done, boss. Are you going to tell Asha? Was he? Would it help, or would it just prove that his family was as toxic as she thought? Not yet. First, I need to fix this. How? Good question. How do you fix 7 months of pain? 7 months of loneliness and fear and hard work that should never have been necessary? I'll figure it out. He drove back to the estate. Knew he shouldn't. Knew she wanted space. But he needed to see her, needed to know she was okay. He parked down the street, waited. 2 hours later, she emerged, not through the staff entrance, through the front. Being escorted by Baek himself, Jaewon's blood went cold. He was out of the car in seconds. Baek saw him first. Jaewon. Perfect timing. I was just explaining to Asha here that the estate has sold. She has until the end of the week to find new accommodations. What? The sale. You bought the property. I'm clearing out the staff. Baek smiled. Cruel, unless you want to keep them? Asha was staring at Jaewon, betrayal clear on her face. You bought the estate. It wasn't a question. But he answered anyway. Yes, to kick me out. No, to protect you so you couldn't be fired. And instead you're evicting me. She laughed. Broken, of course. Of course you are. Asha, that's not what this is. Save it. She pushed past both of them, started walking, fast as she could while 7 months pregnant. Jaewon followed. Asha, wait, please. No, she spun around. To what? More excuses? More pretty words that don't mean anything? Tears ran down her face now. She didn't wipe them away. I actually thought maybe you meant it, that maybe you'd changed. But you're still the same. Still controlling everything. Still deciding what's best without asking me. I was trying to help. I didn't ask for your help. She poked his chest. Hard. I didn't ask you to buy a whole estate. Didn't ask you to ruin my job. Didn't ask you to come back into my life and mess everything up again. Our life. It's our life, Asha. No, firm. Final. It's my life. Mine and my baby's. You don't get to claim it anymore, my baby, not our baby. That hurt worse than anything. Asha, I'm done. She turned away. Leave me alone, Jaewon. I mean it this time. Just leave me alone. She walked away. He watched her go. And for the first time in 7 months, he wondered if maybe he'd already lost her, if maybe some things were too broken to fix. Teo found Jaewon in his office at 3 in the morning, surrounded by papers he wasn't reading. You look terrible, thanks. When's the last time you slept? Jaewon didn't answer. Couldn't remember. 2 days ago? 3? Boss, you can't help her if you collapse. I'm not helping her anyway. He threw his pen across the room. Childish. Didn't care. I keep making things worse, so stop trying to fix everything with money and power. Teo sat down. Try something else. Like what? I don't know. Be human? Jaewon glared at him. I am human. Could have fooled me, and apparently fooled your wife too. Teo leaned forward. Look, I'm going to say something. You're going to hate it. But you need to hear it. When has that ever stopped you? Asha didn't leave because she stopped loving you. She left because she thought you stopped loving her. Teo held up a hand before Jaewon could interrupt. I know you love her. You know you love her. But did she know? Really know I married her. You married her, then stuck her in a house full of people who hated her and left her alone most of the time. Blunt, harsh, true. Love isn't just a feeling, boss. It's action, presence, time, all the things you didn't give her. Jaewon wanted to argue. Couldn't, because Teo was right. So what do? Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to fix her life. Just be there. Show up. Listen. Teo stood, and maybe start by not making her homeless. Right. The estate. Jaewon grabbed his phone, called Baek. Didn't care that it was 3 in the morning. Hello? Baek sounded groggy, annoyed. The staff stays. What? The estate sale. I'm keeping all current staff. Same positions. Double salary. That's not what we discussed. It is now. Contract amendment will be on your desk in an hour. Sign it or the deal's off. He hung up, called his lawyer next, then his accountant. By sunrise, everything was arranged. The staff kept their jobs, Asha kept her room, and Jaewon kept his distance for exactly 2 days. Because on the 3rd day, Taeo showed up with information that changed everything. Found something about Asha's clinic visits. Jaewon looked up from the contract he was reviewing. What about them? She missed her last 2 appointments. Ice flooded his veins. Why? Couldn't afford them. Even the free clinic charges for some tests, ultrasounds. Blood work, Taeo set down a paper. She's behind on payments. They've rescheduled her 3 times. How much does she owe? Does it matter? You'll pay it anyway. How much, Taeo? 200,000 won. Less than he spent on dinner, less than his watch cost. An amount so small it was insulting, and she couldn't pay it. Because of him. Because she was working as a maid instead of living in comfort. Because his failures had real consequences. Pay it, anonymously, and schedule her next appointment. Best obstetrician in Seoul. Private clinic. Everything covered. She'll know it was you. I don't care. Boss, I don't care if she knows. I care that she's missing appointments. That my child isn't getting proper monitoring, he stood. Set it up today. Taeo left. Jaewon tried to work, couldn't focus. 200,000 won. She'd been struggling over 200,000 won while he had millions sitting in accounts he never touched. The wrongness of it made him sick. His phone rang. Unknown number. He almost didn't answer. Then, hello, Mr. Kwon. A woman's voice. Professional. This is Dr. Han from Seoul Women's Clinic. I'm calling about your wife. His heart stopped. Is she okay? The baby? They're fine, but Mr. Kwon, Asha collapsed at work this morning. She was brought in by her employer. We've run tests and everything looks normal. Just exhaustion and dehydration. Relief and anger fought for dominance. Where is she now? Resting. We're monitoring her for a few hours. But Mr. Kwon, I need to be frank with you. Your wife is high risk. The stress she's under, the physical labor, it's not safe. She needs rest, proper nutrition. Reduced activity, I know. Then why is she working as a maid while 7 months pregnant? Good question. He wished he had a good answer. It's complicated. Complicated doesn't matter to pregnancy. Dr. Han's voice hardened. What matters is that she could go into early labor, that the baby's measuring small, that her blood pressure is elevated. If she doesn't slow down, there will be consequences. I understand. Can I see her? She asked me not to call you. Of course she did. But I called anyway, doctor. Han continued, because someone needs to take care of her, and that someone should be her husband. Thank you. I'm on my way. He was out the door before hanging up. The clinic was in Gangnam. Quiet. Expensive, the kind of place Asha should have been going all along. Dr. Han met him in the lobby, older woman. Sharp eyes, no-nonsense expression. Mr. Kwon, where is she? Room 3. But before you go in, understand something. Your wife is terrified. That stopped him. Of what? Doing this alone, raising a child alone, being alone. Dr. Han crossed her arms. She didn't say it directly, but I've been doing this 20 years, I can tell. So whatever happened between you two, fix it. That baby needs both parents. I'm trying. Try harder. She walked away. Jaewon stood there for a moment, then headed to room 3. The door was open. Asha lay on the examination bed. Eyes closed, one hand on her stomach, IV in her other arm. She looked small, vulnerable, exhausted. He knocked softly. Her eyes opened, saw him closed again. Go away. No, I'm not doing this with you right now. Then don't do anything. Just rest. He pulled up a chair, sat. I'll be quiet. Jaewon, please. The word came out rough. Please just let me stay. You don't have to talk to me. Don't have to look at me. Just let me be here. She was quiet for a long moment. Then, so softly he almost missed it. Fine. He sat back. Kept his promise. Stayed quiet. The silence stretched, not comfortable, but not hostile either. Just silence. After 20 minutes, Asha spoke. They called you, yes. I told them not to. I know, you always get what you want. Apparently not. He looked at her. Because what I want is sitting in this room, refusing to come home. Don't start. I'm not starting anything. Just stating facts. She opened her eyes, turned her head to look at him. Why are you really here? You collapsed. I'm fine. You're on an IV. Just dehydration, Asha. He leaned forward. Stop pretending this is fine. Nothing about this is fine. What do you want me to say? Her voice rose. That I'm tired? That I'm scared? That every day is hard and I don't know if I can keep doing this? Yes, say that. Say all of it. Why? So you can fix it. She laughed bitterly. You can't fix everything, Jaewon. Some things are just broken. Then let me help carry the broken pieces. She stared at him. Something shifted in her expression, softened slightly. You really don't get it, do you? Get what? I don't want your help. I wanted. She stopped, swallowed. I wanted you. Not your money, not your power, not your solutions. Just your present there caring. I'm here now. Now, because I collapsed. Because it got dramatic enough to pull your attention. She turned away. Where were you 6 months ago? 5 months? 4? Looking for you. Where were you before I left? Her voice cracked. When I was sitting at home alone every night. When your family was tearing me apart. When I needed you most and you were always somewhere else. The truth hurt, but he couldn't deny it. I don't know, neither do I. A tear slid down her face. She wiped it away angrily. And that's the problem. I don't know where I ranked in your life. Wife, employee, obligation. I never knew. You were everything. I was convenient until I wasn't. Before he could respond, Dr. Hahn knocked, entered, checked Asha's vitals. Better. The IV's almost done. You can go home soon. Thank you. Dr. Hahn looked between them. I've scheduled a follow-up for next week. Tuesday at 10. Don't miss it. I won't, and I mean it about rest. No heavy lifting. No long hours. Feet up. Proper meals. She glanced at Jae-won. Someone should be making sure she follows orders. I will. I don't need a babysitter, Asha protested. You need something, doctor. Han's voice gentled. Asha, I'm not just your doctor. I'm also a woman who's seen a lot of pregnant patients, and I can tell you're trying to do everything alone. But you don't have to. Yes, I do. Why? Because the alternative is trusting people who let me down before. She looked at Jae-won when she said it. The hit landed exactly as intended, doctor. Han sighed. Well, that's between you two, but medically speaking, stress is bad for the baby, so whatever this is, resolve it. Soon. She left. The silence returned, heavier this time. Jae-won spoke first. I know I let you down. Knowing doesn't fix it. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm trying to acknowledge it. He ran a hand through his hair. I was a terrible husband. Absent. Distracted, so focused on building security that I destroyed what I was trying to secure. Asha said nothing, just listened. My father died when I was 15, Jae-won continued. Words he'd never said out loud. Suddenly, heart attack? Left my mother with nothing. We lost everything. The house, the business, everything. He saw Asha's expression shift. She hadn't known this. He'd never told her. I swore I'd never let that happen again. Never be powerless, never be unable to protect the people I loved. He laughed without humor. Turns out I became so focused on protection that I forgot about connection. Built walls so high nothing could hurt us. But walls keep things out and things in. Jae-won, I'm not making excuses. I'm trying to explain. He met her eyes. Everything I did, every hour I worked, every deal I made, it was for you. For us, for the family I thought we'd have. But I did it so wrong. I gave you everything except what you actually needed. What did I need? Me, just me, present. Paying attention, choosing you over work. He stood, paced. I thought money equaled love. Things equaled care, but you never wanted things. You wanted time, and I didn't give it. Asha's hand moved to her stomach. The baby must have kicked. She winced slightly. Is he moving? She nodded. Can I? He hesitated. Can I feel? For a long moment he thought she'd refuse. Then she moved the blanket slightly, nodded. He crossed to her, placed his hand carefully where hers had been, waited. Then he felt it, a small push against his palm, his child, moving, living, real. Something broke inside him, or maybe something finally healed. He's strong, he whispered. She. Maybe. Asha's voice was soft. We don't know yet. You didn't find out. I wanted to be surprised. We, she said we, past tense, but still the baby kicked again, harder. Jae-won laughed. Couldn't help it. Definitely strong. Takes after you. Stubborn like you. She almost smiled. Almost. Jae-won, I can't do this again. His heart sank. Do what? Hope. Try. Believe. She looked at him. I can't go back to that house. Can't face your family. Can't be the wife who sits home alone wondering if her husband remembers she exists. I'm not asking you to. That surprised her. What? I'm not asking you to go back to how things were. I'm asking for a chance to build something different. He pulled his hand back, missed the contact immediately. New place, new rules, no family interference, just us. Figuring it out. That's not realistic. Your family is part of your life, not anymore. He pulled out his phone, showed her an email. I cut them off. Financially, personally, all of them. Sent the notice yesterday. She read it, shock clear on her face. Jae-won, you can't. They're your family. They hurt you. That makes them nothing to me. But, no buts. They had a choice. Be kind to my wife or lose me they chose. He put the phone away. I should have done it months ago. Years ago I didn't. That's on me. But it's done now. Asha was quiet, processing. If you're still watching, I need to ask you something. Do you think Jae-won deserves a second chance? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And stick around because what happens next will change everything. This doesn't fix everything, she finally said. I know, I'm still angry. You should be. And scared. Me too. She looked at him. Really looked. What are you scared of? Losing you. Both of you. Forever. Simple truth. That I've broken this so badly it can't be repaired. That you'll never trust me again. That our child will grow up with parents who love each other, but can't be together. We don't love each other anymore. The word stabbed through him. Don't we? I don't know. Her eyes filled with tears. I don't know what I feel anymore. Everything's so mixed up. I'm angry and sad and tired and scared and I don't know. Okay. You don't have to know. Don't have to decide anything right now. He moved back to the chair. Just focus on getting better, resting, taking care of yourself and the baby. Everything else can wait. Just like that, just like that. She studied him. Suspicious. Who are you and what did you do with Kwon Jae-won? Despite everything, he smiled. Funny. I'm serious. The Jae-won I knew couldn't let anything rest, had to control everything. Fix everything immediately. Yeah, well, that Jae-won lost his wife. He leaned back. This one's trying to learn. The IV beep done. A nurse came in, removed it, gave Asha discharge instructions. Jae-won listened to every word. When the nurse left, Asha sat up slowly. I should go. Where? Back to the estate. To work? I don't have a choice. Yes, you do. He pulled out another paper. Handed it to her. Employment contract. You're now my estate manager. Salary, benefits, health insurance. Duties include supervising property maintenance. No physical labor required. She read it. Then looked at him like he'd grown a second head. This is ridiculous. It's a solution. I'm not taking fake jobs from you. It's not fake. I own an estate. It needs management. You're qualified. I'm a maid, Jae-won, not a manager. You have a degree in hospitality management from university. You managed a cultural center before we met. You're overqualified if anything. She'd forgotten he knew that. Forgotten he'd paid attention to anything. This is just charity. It's employment. Fair wages for fair work. He stood. And before you argue, think about this. You need money, need rest, need medical care. This gives you all three. Is your pride really worth risking the baby? Low blow. He knew it, didn't care. Her jaw tightened. I hate you. I know, you're manipulative. Yep, this doesn't change anything between us. Wasn't trying to change anything, just trying to help. She wanted to argue more. He could see it, but practicality won, because she was smart. And being smart meant accepting help when you needed it, even from people you didn't want to need. Fine, but I keep my room, my space. You stay away, deal, and I can quit anytime. Of course. This is just temporary, whatever you say. She grabbed her bag, stood carefully, swayed slightly. He caught her elbow. She didn't pull away this time. I'm fine. I know. Humor me anyway. They walked out together. His car was waiting. She stopped when she saw it. I can take the bus. You can. But you won't. He opened the door. Get in, Asha. I'm driving you home. To the estate? Unless you have somewhere else in mind. She looked like she wanted to argue. Instead, she got in the car. Small victory. The drive was quiet. Soul traffic filled the silence. Jae-won didn't try to force conversation, just drove. Snuck glances at her when he thought she wasn't looking. She was looking out the window, hand on her stomach again. That protective gesture he was starting to recognize. Does it hurt, he asked, when the baby moves? Sometimes. Mostly it's just weird, she paused. Like someone poking you from the inside. That sounds uncomfortable. You get used to it, her voice softened. Sometimes at night, when everything's quiet, it's nice. Reminds me I'm not alone. The loneliness in those words killed him. You're not alone. Feels like it sometimes. I know, but you're not. Not anymore. She didn't respond, just kept looking out the window. They reached the estate. Jae-won parked, walked her to the staff entrance. I can make it from here, I know. So why are you still following me, making sure you get to your room safely? Jae-won, Asha. He stopped walking. Please, let me do this. It's not about control. It's about, I need to see you're safe. Need to know you're okay. Can you give me that, just that? She searched his face. Whatever she found there must have satisfied her. Fine, but just to the door, just to the door. They walked in silence. The staff quarters were quiet. Most people working. Her room was at the end. Small, plain. Nothing like what she should have had. She unlocked the door, turned to face him. Okay, I'm here. I'm safe. You can go now, okay. He didn't move. Jae-won, I know. I'm going. He stepped back. Then, because he couldn't help himself, will you call me? If you need anything at all? I don't have your number. Right. New phone, probably. He pulled out his cell. Give me yours. She rattled it off. He texted her immediately, a single word. Hi. Her phone buzzed. She looked at it, almost smiled. Subtle? I try. He pocketed his phone. Get some rest. Doctor's orders. Yes, sir. The formality stung, but less than before. Progress, maybe. He turned to leave. Her voice stopped him. Jae-won? Yeah? Thank you for coming, for the job. For, she paused. For showing up. Something warm bloomed in his chest. Hope maybe. Anytime. He walked away before he could do something stupid, like beg her to come home. Or tell her he'd been reading pregnancy books. Or admit he'd turned their spare room into a nursery months ago and couldn't bring himself to change it back. Some things she didn't need to know. Not yet. His phone rang the moment he got in the car. Teo, how'd it go? She's home, resting. Accepted the job. That's good, boss, we have another problem. Of course they did. What now? Your mother knows about Asha, knows where she is. She's on her way to the estate. Every muscle in Jae-won's body tensed. When? She left 10 minutes ago. You've got maybe 20 before she arrives. He was already turning the car around. Call security. No one gets onto that property without my approval. No one. Already done. But boss, she's your mother. If she makes a scene, let her. He pressed harder on the gas. I meant what I said. They don't get access to Asha. Not now. Not ever. He hung up, drove faster. Reached the estate in 12 minutes. His mother's car was already there. Parked illegally, blocking the entrance. Perfect. He got out, found her arguing with security. The moment she saw him, her expression changed from angry to victorious. Jae-won, finally. Tell these idiots to let me through. No. Her smile faltered. Excuse me? You heard me. No. You're not welcome here. Don't be ridiculous. I'm your mother. I have every right. You have no rights. He moved between her and the gate. Not here. Not anymore. This is about that girl, isn't it? This dripped from her words. I heard she's back, playing the victim, using that baby to manipulate you. Stop talking. She trapped you once. Are you really going to let her do it again? I said, stop. She's not even Korean, Jae-won. Think about what this means for the family, for your reputation. I don't care. That stopped her. What? I don't care about reputation. Don't care about family image. Don't care about any of it. He stepped closer. I care about my wife, my child. That's it. Everything else is noise. You've lost your mind. No, I lost my wife because I listened to people like you instead of trusting myself. He pulled out his phone. You have two choices. Leave now. Or I call the police and have you removed. You wouldn't dare. He started dialing. Jae-won, stop this nonsense. 911, fine. She held up her hands. Fine, I'll leave. But you're making a mistake. That woman will ruin you. She already did. Ruined me for anyone else. Now go. His mother stared at him like she'd never seen him before. Maybe she hadn't. Maybe he'd never let her. She got in her car, slammed the door, drove off too fast. Jae-won watched until the taillights disappeared, then turned to security. New rule. My mother isn't allowed on property, ever. Same goes for anyone else from the Kwon family except me. Yes, sir. He walked back to the staff quarters, knocked on Asha's door. Hoped she hadn't seen the commotion. She opened it. One look at her face told him she had. Was that your mother? Yes. What did she want? Doesn't matter. She's gone. Asha leaned against the doorframe. You fought with her because of me. I fought with her because she was wrong. Jae-won, she called you that girl. Said you trapped me. Said terrible things. He met her eyes. I don't let people talk about my wife like that, family or not. Something shifted in Asha's expression. Softened. You really cut them off. I told you I did. I thought maybe you were exaggerating, being dramatic. She shook her head. But you actually did it. Yes, why? Because they hurt you. Because they made you feel unwelcome in your own home. Because... He stopped, started again. Because you matter more than they do. You always did. I just failed to show it. Tears filled her eyes. She blinked them back. Failed. They fell anyway. I don't know what to do with this version of you. What do you mean? The Jae-won I knew never would have chosen me over his family. Never would have stood up to his mother. Never would have any of this. She gestured vaguely. Who are you? I'm the man who lost everything and is trying to figure out how to earn it back. He wanted to touch her, wipe away her tears. Didn't. I'm the husband who failed you learning how to do better. People don't change that fast. No, they don't, he agreed. But losing you changed me. The last 7 months changed me. And I'm not saying I'm perfect now, not saying I won't mess up again. But I'm trying. That has to count for something. She was quiet for a long moment, then it does. 2 words. They meant everything. Get some rest, he said softly. I'll be back tomorrow. You don't have to. I want to, if that's okay, she nodded. Slowly, okay. He left before he could push for more. Before he could ruin this fragile progress. In his car, he sat for a moment, let himself feel it. Hope, real hope. For the first time in 7 months, maybe some things could be fixed after all. Maybe he hadn't lost her completely. Maybe, just maybe, they had a chance. His phone buzzed, a text. From Asha. Thank you for standing up for me. He typed back immediately. Always. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then good night, Jae-won. Not Mr. Kwon, Jae-won, he smiled. Typed back, good night, Asha. It wasn't much, but it was something. And something was more than nothing. Something was a start. The next morning, Jae-won showed up at 7 with breakfast. Proper breakfast. Fruit, yogurt, whole grain toast, orange juice. Everything the pregnancy books said was good for expecting mothers. Asha opened the door looking half asleep. What are you doing here? You need to eat breakfast. Doctor's orders. I can make my own breakfast. I know, but you won't. You'll skip it or eat something quick that isn't nutritious. He held up the bag. May I come in? She looked like she wanted to say no. Instead, she stepped aside. 5 minutes. He'd take it. Her room's too small, neat, impersonal. None of the little things that made a space hers. No pictures, no plants, no books scattered around. Just basic furniture and emptiness. It hurt to see. Hurt to know she'd been living like this, temporary, uncommitted, ready to run at any moment. He unpacked the food on her small table. She sat down slowly, eyed it suspiciously. You're being weird. I'm bringing you breakfast. Exactly. Weird. But she took a strawberry, ate it. Why? Because you need to eat. I mean, why are you doing all this? The job, the food, the everything. She gestured with a piece of toast. What's your angle? No angle. Everyone has an angle. Not this time. He poured her orange juice. This time, I'm just trying to take care of you. I don't need taking care of. Everyone needs taking care of sometimes. She ate in silence for a moment. Then this is really good toast. He grinned. It's from that bakery you like, in Itaewon. Her head snapped up. How did you? You used to go there every Sunday. Before everything he'd almost said before you left, caught himself. I remembered you remembered my favorite bakery. I remember a lot of things. Like what? Like you hate cucumbers, but only when they're cooked. Raw is fine. He ticked off on his fingers. You sing in the shower. Badly. You cry at animal videos even when they have happy endings. You reorganize things when you're stressed. Books, cabinets, doesn't matter. And you have a tiny scar on your left ankle from when you were 7 and fell off a bike. She stared at him. I told you about that scar once. Years ago. I know, I didn't think you were listening. I was always listening, Asha. I just wasn't very good at showing it. She set down her toast. Jezwan, I need you to be honest with me. Okay. Is this guilt? Are you doing all this because you feel bad about what happened? Partly. The honesty surprised her. Partly, I do feel guilty. I should. I failed you in every way that mattered. He leaned forward. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I love you. Because I can't imagine my life without you in it. Because that baby you're carrying is mine and I want to be part of this, part of everything. Even the hard parts? Especially the hard parts. She looked down at her stomach. There are going to be a lot of hard parts. I know. I'm not easy to deal with when I'm pregnant. I cry over commercials. I get angry about things that don't matter. I need to pee every 20 minutes. Okay. And I still don't trust you. Not completely. Maybe not for a long time. I understand. Do you? She met his eyes. Because I need you to really understand, Jaewon. I can't go through this again. Can't hope and be disappointed. Can't open up and get hurt. If we do this, if we try, you have to be all in. Not halfway. Not when it's convenient. All the way. Every day. I'm in. You say that now. I'll say it every day if that's what you need. He reached across the table. Stopped short of touching her hand. I know I have to earn your trust back. Know it won't happen overnight. But I'm not going anywhere. You can count on that if nothing else. She looked at his hand. Almost reached for it. Didn't, but almost. I have a doctor's appointment Tuesday. I know, 10 in the morning. How do you? She stopped. Right. You scheduled it. Can I come with you? Why? Because I want to see the baby. Want to hear the heartbeat. Want to, I don't know, be involved. She was quiet. Thinking. He waited. Didn't push. Finally, okay, you can come, but you stay quiet. Don't take over. Don't make it about you. I won't. Promise? Promise. She nodded, went back to eating. Jaewon watched her. Memorized this moment, her in the morning light. Eating food he brought. Letting him stay. It wasn't everything, but it was more than yesterday, and more was good. More was progress. More was hope. Tuesday came faster than Jaewon expected. He arrived at Asha's room at 9:30, half expecting her to have changed her mind. She opened the door already dressed, hand on her lower back. You're early. Didn't want to be late. It's an hour away. Traffic. She gave him a look that said she knew he was making excuses. Didn't call him on it, though. Just grabbed her bag. Let's go. The drive was quiet at first. Then Asha broke the silence. Are you nervous? Should I be? I don't know. Are you? He gripped the steering wheel tighter. Terrified. That surprised her. Of what? What if something's wrong? What if the baby's not okay? What if... Stop. Her voice was gentle. The baby's fine. I can feel movement every day. Strong kicks. Everything's normal. The doctor said the baby was measuring small. A little small. Not dangerously small. She shifted in her seat. Besides, worrying won't change anything. Doesn't stop me from doing it. I know. A pause. Then softly, me too. He glanced at her. You're worried every day. Every minute. Her hand moved to her stomach. What if I'm not good enough? What if I mess this up? What if? You won't. You don't know that. Yes, I do. He said it with certainty he didn't know he had. You're already a good mother, the way you protect this baby. The way you've sacrificed for them. That's love, Asha. That's what matters. She was quiet for a moment. Then, you've been reading those pregnancy books, haven't you? What makes you say that? You said them. Not him or her. Them, that's the gender-neutral term all the books use. Caught. Maybe. How many books? A few, Jaewon. 7. I read 7 books. She laughed, actually laughed. The sound filled the car like music. 7 books in a week? I had time. And I needed to, I don't know, understand what you're going through, what the baby needs, what I missed. Her laughter faded. Something softer replaced it. That's actually really sweet. Don't sound so surprised. I can't help it. This version of you keeps catching me off guard. Good off guard or bad off guard. I'm still deciding. They reached the clinic. Modern building. Clean. Expensive looking without being showy. Jaewon had chosen it carefully. Best reviews, best doctors, best care. The receptionist smiled when they entered. Mrs. Kwon, Dr. Han is ready for you. Asha tensed at the name. Mrs. Kwon. She hadn't used it in months. Jaewon noticed but didn't comment. They followed a nurse to an examination room. Asha changed into a gown. Jaewon waited outside, trying not to pace, failing. "You can come in now," the nurse called. Asha was on the examination table, gown covering her, nervous energy radiating off her. "You okay?" he asked. "Fine. Just, I hate these appointments." The poking and prodding, and the door opened. Dr. Han entered. Same sharp eyes, same no-nonsense expression. "Mr. and Mrs. Kwon, good to see you both, doctor." Asha's voice was tight. "Let's take a look, shall we?" Dr. Han pulled over the ultrasound machine. "This will be cold." She squirted gel on Asha's exposed stomach. Asha flinched. Jaewon's hand moved instinctively. Caught hers, squeezed. She didn't pull away. Dr. Han moved the probe. The screen flickered, then suddenly there it was, a baby, their baby, moving, real, alive. Jaewon forgot how to breathe. "There's the head," Dr. Han pointed. "Arms, legs, everything looks good. Size is better than last time you've been resting?" "Yes," Asha whispered. Eyes locked on the screen. "Good, keep it up, doctor." Han clicked some buttons. "Want to hear the heartbeat?" "Yes," they said together. Sound filled the room. Fast, strong, beautiful. Thump, 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 thump. Their child's heartbeat. Jaewon felt something wet on his face. Realized he was crying. Didn't care. Asha was crying too, smiling and crying and staring at the screen like it held the secrets of the universe. Healthy heartbeat. Strong. Dr. Han smiled, actually smiled. "You two are having a very active baby. See here? Already moving around." On screen, tiny limbs waved like the baby was saying hello. "Hi," Asha whispered. "Hi, baby." Jaewon couldn't speak, could barely see through the tears, but he squeezed Asha's hand tighter. She squeezed back. "Do you want to know the gender?" Dr. Han asked. They looked at each other, a whole conversation in a glance. "No," Asha said. "We want to be surprised." "We do?" Jaewon asked. "I do. Is that okay?" Yeah, of course, doctor." Han printed some pictures, handed them over. "Everything looks perfect. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you in 2 weeks." The appointment ended. They walked to the car in silence, both holding ultrasound pictures like precious artifacts. In the car, Asha kept staring at hers. "I've had 4 ultrasounds. This is the clearest picture yet. Can I?" Jaewon gestured. "Can I have one?" She handed him a copy. "You're going to carry it around, aren't you?" "Absolutely." "That's so cheesy." "I don't care." He pulled out his wallet, slipped the picture inside. Right where her photo used to be. Still was, actually. He'd never taken it out. "I missed so much already. I'm not missing anything else." Asha watched him, expression unreadable. "Then thank you. For what?" "For being here, for caring." "Asha, I've always cared." I know that now." She folded her ultrasound picture carefully. "I'm starting to believe it. Not there yet, but starting." He'd take it. They drove back in comfortable silence. When they reached the estate, Jaewon walked her to her room again. "You don't have to keep doing this," she said. "I know, but you will anyway." "Yep." She shook her head, almost smiling. "Stubborn, you have no idea." At her door, she hesitated. Then, "Do you want to come in? For a bit?" His heart jumped. "Are you sure?" "No, but I'm asking anyway." He followed her inside. She sat on the bed. He took the chair, left space between them. "I've been thinking," she started. Stopped. Started again. "About what you said. About trying. About doing this different. Okay. I don't know if I can do it." His heart sank. "Oh. Not because I don't want to," she added quickly, "but because I'm scared. Really scared. Of getting hurt again. Of hoping again. Of everything. I understand." "Do you?" She looked at him. "Because I need you to understand, Jaewon, this isn't just about us anymore. There's a baby coming. A tiny person who needs stability. Needs parents who are present. Needs everything I didn't give you. Everything we both need to give them." She put her hand on her stomach. "I can't bring a child into the same mess I left. Can't raise them in a house full of people who resent their existence. Can't. You won't have to." He leaned forward. "New place, like I said. Just us. Fresh start. Wherever you want. That's not realistic. Why not? I can work from anywhere. You can work from anywhere. The baby doesn't care where they live as long as they're loved." He pulled out his phone. "I've been looking at places. Want to see?" She looked skeptical but curious. "Show me." He showed her. Houses in quiet neighborhoods, apartments with parks nearby, places with nurseries and gardens and space, places that could be homes, not just houses. "These are all really nice," she said slowly. "But Jaewon, they're also really far from your work, from everything. So, I'll adjust. Just like that, just like that." He put the phone away. "Asha, I spent 3 years putting work first. Putting everything else first. Look where it got me, alone, miserable, without the person who matters most." He met her eyes. "I'm not making that mistake again. This baby, you're my priority now. Everything else is just details." She was quiet for a long time. Then, "There's one I liked." "Which one?" "The house in Seongbuk. With the garden," he remembered. "Traditional style house. Modern inside. Small garden. Close to a park. That's the one I liked too." "Really? Really? I already called about it." "It's still available." "Of course you did. but she was smiling. You're impossible. I prefer determined. Impossible, she repeated. But the smile stayed. They sat in comfortable silence. Then Asha yawned, tried to hide it, failed. You should rest, Jaewon said. I'm not tired. You just yawned. That doesn't mean anything. Asha, fine. Maybe a little tired. She lay back on the bed, carefully, the way pregnant women do. But you don't have to leave unless you want to. I don't want to. Then stay for a bit. He stayed. Sat in the chair watching her. She closed her eyes, breathing evening out. Just before she fell asleep, she whispered, Jaewon? Yeah? I'm glad you found me. His throat tightened. Me too. She slept. He watched. And for the first time in 7 months, something felt right. Before we get to what happens next, I need to know, are you Team Jaewon or Team Asha? Who do you think had it harder? Comment below and let's talk about it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button because this story is about to get even more intense. The next 2 weeks fell into a rhythm. Jaewon showed up every morning with breakfast. Sometimes Asha let him in. Sometimes they just talked at the door. But every day, a little more ice melted. He learned new things, relearned old things. She liked tea now instead of coffee. Pregnancy had changed her taste. She couldn't sleep on her back anymore. The baby pressed on something uncomfortable. She talked to the baby when she thought no one was listening, told them stories, sang songs, made promises about the future. He loved watching her like that, unguarded, soft. The Asha he remembered. They looked at the house in Seongbuk together, walked through empty rooms. Imagined where furniture would go, where the nursery should be. This room gets good light, Asha said, standing in what could be the nursery. Morning sun. That's good for babies. How do you know? I read it somewhere. She looked embarrassed. I've been reading books, too. Yeah? Don't sound so smug. I'm not smug. I'm pleased. Same thing. Totally different. They were flirting. Almost like before. Almost like they could be okay. Jaewon put an offer on the house that day. Above asking price. Cash. The owners accepted immediately. We close in 3 weeks, he told Asha. 3 weeks? That's so fast. Too fast? No, just fast. She looked around the empty house. I can't believe we're doing this. Having second thoughts? Third and fourth thoughts. But I think it's good thoughts. She smiled. The baby needs a home. A real home. So do I, she agreed. They spent the afternoon planning, paint colors, furniture, silly things and important things, and for a few hours it felt normal. Felt like they were just a couple preparing for their first child. It felt like hope. That night, Jaewon's phone rang. Taeo, late, never good, what's wrong? We have a problem. Your cousin Minji, she's back in Seoul. Every muscle tensed. I told her to leave, she did. But she came back, and boss, she's been talking to reporters, to gossip sites about Asha. About the baby. What is she saying? That Asha's a gold digger, that she trapped you with pregnancy, that you paid her to disappear and she came back demanding more money. Taeo paused. It's all lies, but it's spreading, fast. Rage, white-hot and consuming, flooded through him. Where is she? Boss, don't do anything stupid. Where is she? I'm texting you the address. But Jaewon, think about this. You go after her, it'll make things worse. Give the stories legitimacy. I don't care about stories. Asha will. When reporters start showing up at the estate asking questions. When her picture is all over the internet with lies attached. Taeo's voice hardened. You want to protect her? Don't give them more ammunition. He was right. Jaewon hated it, but he was right. Then what do I do? Let me handle Minji. You focus on Asha. Tell her before she hears it from someone else. She's going to think I brought this on her. Maybe, but better she hears it from you than reads it online. Jaewon hung up, stared at his phone. Dreaded what came next. He drove to the estate. Too late for visiting. Didn't care. This couldn't wait. Asha answered, looking confused. Jaewon? What's wrong? Can I come in? It's almost 11, please. Something in his voice made her step aside. He entered. She closed the door. What happened, he told her. All of it. Minji's return. The lies, the spreading stories. Watched her face close off with every word. I see. Asha. So it's starting again. The rumors, the gossip. She sat down heavily. I can't do this again. You don't have to. I'll fix it. How? You can't control what people say, can't stop them from believing lies. I can try. No, she looked up. Eyes bright with unshed tears. No, Jaewon, this is exactly what I was afraid of. This is why I left. Your world, it's toxic. It destroys everything good. That's not fair, isn't it? She stood. Paced. Agitated. I can't raise a child in this. Can't have our baby grow up reading lies about their mother, about how I trapped their father, how I'm only after money. No one who matters believes that. Everyone believes that. Her voice broke. They believed it before. Your family, your friends, everyone. And now it's happening again, and I just can't. Asha, breathe. Don't tell me to breathe. She was spiraling. He could see it. Don't tell me it's fine. Don't tell me. She stopped. Face going pale, hand flying to her stomach. Asha? Something's wrong. Fear, immediate and choking, gripped him. What's wrong? I don't know. It hurts. Her knees buckled. He caught her. I'm taking you to the hospital. J1, I'm scared. I know. I've got you. I've got you both. He carried her to the car. Drove too fast, didn't care. Called ahead to the hospital. They were waiting when he arrived. Dr. Hahn met them in emergency. What happened? She got upset, then pain. Stomach pain. The words tumbled out. She's only 32 weeks. It's too early. The baby. Let me examine her. Dr. Hahn disappeared behind curtains with Asha. J1 stood outside, helpless, terrified. This was his fault. He'd upset her, stressed her, put her and the baby at risk if something happened, if he lost them. He couldn't finish the thought. Teo arrived 20 minutes later. How is she? Don't know. They won't tell me anything. Boss, if something happens to them, it's on me. His voice shook. I did this. I brought this stress into her life. Again. I stop. You didn't do anything. Minji did, and she'll pay for it. That doesn't help Asha. No, but being here does, so stay. Be present. That's what she needs. Dr. Hahn emerged. J1 was on his feet immediately. Is she okay? The baby? Both fine. False alarm. Braxton Hicks contractions. Common in late pregnancy. Stress can trigger them. She gave him a pointed look. She needs calm, needs rest, needs no stress. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I don't care what you meant. I care about my patient. Dr. Hahn's expression softened slightly. She's asking for you. He went in. Asha lay on the hospital bed. Monitors attached, face pale, eyes red. Hey, he said softly. Hey, you scared me. I scared myself. Her hand rested on her stomach. I thought something was really wrong, doctor. And said it's normal. Braxton Hicks. Practice contractions. I know, she explained. Asha looked at him. I'm sorry I panicked. Don't apologize. You have every right to panic, to be upset. Too, I can't keep doing this, she cut him off. The stress, the drama, it's not healthy. For me or the baby. His heart sank. What are you saying? I'm saying I need peace. Need quiet. Need, she paused. I need to trust that choosing you won't destroy me. It won't. You can't promise that. I can. I am. He moved closer, took her hand. She let him. I know my world is messy. No, there are people who want to hurt me by hurting you. But Asha, I will spend every day protecting you from that, both of you. You can't protect us from everything. No, but I can try. And I can be here, can be present, can choose you every single time. He squeezed her hand. Let me prove it, please. Give me a real chance. She searched his face, looking for something. Truth, maybe. Sincerity, whatever she found must have satisfied her. Okay, one real chance. But J1, if you mess this up, I won't. You know that. I do. Because losing you once almost killed me. I won't survive it twice. He brought her hand to his lips, kissed it gently. You and this baby are everything. I won't forget that again. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I want to believe you, then believe me. I'm trying. That's all I'm asking. They kept her overnight for observation. J1 stayed. Slept in the uncomfortable chair by her bed, woke up every time she moved. In the morning, Dr. Hahn released her with strict instructions. Bed rest, no stress, no heavy lifting, no work. I'll make sure she follows orders, J1 promised. You better. Dr. Hahn looked at Asha. And you, no more heroics. You're growing a human. That's work enough. Asha nodded, tired, worn out. They went home, not to the estate, to J1's penthouse. Asha was too tired to argue. He set her up in the guest room, fresh sheets, comfortable pillows, everything she might need within reach. Rest, I'll be right outside if you need anything. J1? Yeah? Will you stay in here? I don't want to be alone, of course. He stayed, sat in the chair, watched her sleep. His phone buzzed. Teo, Minji's been handled. She's leaving the country. For good this time. The stories are being retracted. Legal sent cease and desist letters to every outlet that published them. Good, how's Asha? Resting, scared, tired? And you? Same. Get some rest, boss. You look terrible. Thanks. He hung up. Looked at Asha. Still sleeping. Peaceful. He pulled out the ultrasound picture, stared at it, at the tiny life they'd created. I'm going to do better, he whispered. For both of you, I promise. The next few weeks blurred together. Asha stayed at the penthouse. Bed rest. J1 worked from home, brought her meals. Read to her, watched terrible TV shows she liked. They talked, really talked, about the past, the future, their fears, their hopes. I'm still angry sometimes, she admitted one afternoon. You should be, but I'm also, I don't know, happy sometimes with you here, with this. She gestured around. It feels like maybe we could work. We will work. You sound so sure. I am sure. How? Because I love you. Because you love me. Because we're both trying. He took her hand. That's enough. It has to be enough. What if it's not? Then we'll figure it out. Together, she smiled. Small but real. Together. Together. At 36 weeks, they moved into the house, everything ready. Nursery painted, furniture assembled, clothes washed and folded. Asha stood in the nursery, hand on her very pregnant belly. It's perfect. You're perfect. I'm huge. Perfectly huge, she laughed, swatted at him. Terrible. You love it, maybe. Definitely. They were happy, actually happy. For the first time in forever, then at 38 weeks at 3 in the morning, Asha woke him up. Jaewon, he was awake instantly. What's wrong? I think it's time. Time for what? The baby, I think. Oh, she gasped, gripped her stomach. Reality slammed into him. The baby. Right, okay, hospital. Where's the bag? By the door. Jaewon, breathe. I'm breathing. You breathe. I am breathing. Good. Okay, let's go. The drive to the hospital was chaos. Asha timing contractions. Jaewon trying not to panic, failing spectacularly. Red light, Asha said through gritted teeth. I see it. You just ran it. Did I? Jaewon, focus. Right? Focusing. How are you so calm? I'm not calm. I'm terrified. But one of us has to pretend to have it together. They reached the hospital. Staff rushed out with a wheelchair. Asha was whisked away. Jaewon followed, trying to be helpful, probably being annoying. Sir, you need to change, a nurse told him. Change? Into scrubs. If you're coming into the delivery room. Right, yes. Where? She pointed. He changed, fastest he'd ever moved. When he returned, Asha was in a hospital gown, in bed, monitors everywhere, breathing through contractions. Hey, he said softly, hey. You look ridiculous. Thanks, but cute ridiculous. I'll take it. Dr. Han appeared, checked Asha's progress. You're at 6 centimeters, moving fast. Could be a few hours. Could be less. It was less. 3 hours later, everything happened at once. Monitors beeping, nurses rushing, Dr. Han calm and commanding. Okay, Asha. Next contraction, you push. I can't. Yes, you can. Jaewon was at her side, holding her hand. She was crushing his fingers. He didn't care. You can do this. You're the strongest person I know. I'm scared. I know. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. She pushed, screamed, cursed his entire existence. He took it all. Deserved it, probably. Again, doctor. Han commanded. Asha pushed again and again and again. Then a cry. Small, loud, perfect. It's a girl, Dr. Han announced. A girl. They had a daughter. Asha was crying. Jaewon was crying. Everyone was crying. The baby was placed on Asha's chest, tiny, pink, screaming with healthy lungs. Hi, Asha whispered. Hi, baby. We've been waiting for you. Jaewon couldn't speak. Could barely see. He touched his daughter's tiny hand. She gripped his finger with surprising strength. She's perfect, he finally managed. She really is. They stared at their daughter. At this tiny miracle. This proof that love could survive anything. What should we name her, Asha asked. They'd discussed names, never decided. Now looking at her, Jaewon knew. Hope, he said. Her name is Hope. Asha looked at him, smiled through tears. Hope, that's perfect. Hope Menkwan, he said fully. If that's okay, your name, my name. Our daughter, it's more than okay. She kissed their daughter's head. Welcome to the world, Hope. 3 months later, Jaewon woke to crying. He was up before fully conscious, dad reflexes. Hope's nursery was next to their bedroom. He found her in her crib. Face red, fists waving. Hey, little one, what's wrong? He picked her up, checked her diaper, clean, checked the time. Not hungry yet, just fussy. Let's go see if mom's awake. He carried her to the bedroom. Asha was sitting up, hair messy, eyes tired, beautiful. I heard her crying. She just wants attention. He sat on the bed. Hope in his arms. Doesn't she, troublemaker? Hope gurgled, grabbed his nose. Asha laughed. She's got you wrapped around her tiny finger. Completely. No shame about it either. Good. Asha leaned against his shoulder, watched their daughter. You're a really good dad, you know that? I'm trying. You're succeeding. They sat together, little family, watching the sunrise through the window. I've been thinking, Asha said. About? This. Everything. She looked up at him. I think I'm ready. Ready for what? To really try, to trust again, to be married again, really married. His heart soared. Yeah? Yeah. It's not perfect. We still have work to do. Still have hard conversations ahead. But Jaewon, you've shown up every day. For 3 months, for 9 months before that. You've proven yourself. I'll keep proving it. Every day. Forever. I know. That's why I'm ready. She kissed him. Soft, sweet, full of promise. I love you. I love you too. Both of you. So much. Hope chose that moment to spit up on Jaewon's shirt. Asha burst out laughing. Welcome to parenthood. Worth it, he said, wiping baby drool off his shoulder. Completely worth it. They were a family. Messy, imperfect, still healing. But they were together, and together was everything. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Would you forgive someone like Jaewon? Could you rebuild trust after everything Asha went through? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you loved this story, if it made you feel something real, hit that subscribe button. Because I've got more stories like this coming. Stories about love, second chances, and fighting for what matters. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. 6 months later, the house in Seongbuk had become a home, pictures on the walls. Toys scattered across the floor, life and love in every corner. Asha sat in the garden, Hope on a blanket beside her, 9 months old now, trying to crawl, mostly just wiggling. Jaewon came outside with tea, set it down beside her, kissed her head. How are my girls? Good. Hope almost crawled. She got about 3 inches before giving up. That's my daughter. Determined but practical. She gets that from both of us. He sat beside them, watched Hope grab at grass. Everything went in her mouth these days. I talked to Teo today, he said. About work, he wants me to come back to the office more, says I'm getting too domestic. Asha tensed, old fears rising. What did you say? I said no. She looked at him, surprised. Really, I'm not missing this. He gestured at Hope, at Asha, at their life. This matters more than any business deal, any contract, anything. You won't resent it later? Missing work. Missing opportunities. Asha, look at me. She did. I missed 7 months of your pregnancy, missed the fear and the loneliness and the struggle. I'm not missing anything else. Not first words. Not first steps, not bedtime stories or scraped knees or any of it. He took her hand. This is my priority. You two, everything else is just noise. Tears filled her eyes, happy ones this time. You really mean that? I really mean that. Hope chose that moment to successfully crawl, 3 whole feet before tumbling forward. They both cheered like she'd won a medal. Because to them she had, this was life. Simple, beautiful, hard sometimes. Perfect in its imperfection. Asha leaned against Jaewon. His arm came around her, natural, easy. I'm glad you found me, she said softly. Me too, even though I was awful to you at first. You had every right to be awful. Still. I'm glad we figured it out. We're still figuring it out. I know, but we're doing it together. Together, he agreed. Hope crawled back to them, pulled herself up on Jaewon's leg, looked up at him with eyes exactly like her mother's. Dada, she babbled. Jaewon's eyes went wide. Did she just? She did. Asha was crying again, her first word. Dada, she said, Dada. He picked Hope up, spun her around. You brilliant, perfect, amazing child. Hope giggled. Said it again. Dada, Dada, Dada. Asha watched them, her husband, her daughter, her family. It wasn't the life she'd planned, wasn't the smooth, easy path, but it was theirs, broken, rebuilt, stronger for having survived, and maybe that was the point. Love wasn't about perfection. It was about showing up, about trying, about choosing each other every day, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. Jaewon sat back down, Hope in his lap, reached for Asha's hand. I love you, he said, like he said every day now. I love you too, she replied, meaning it more each time. They sat together, little family in their garden, sun setting, Hope playing. Life continuing, not perfect, but theirs. And that was more than enough. That was everything. Thank you so much for sticking with this story until the end. Jaewon and Asha's journey wasn't easy, but that's what made it real. If this story touched you, if you felt something, please let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts. Tell me what moment hit you hardest. And don't forget to subscribe because I've got so many more stories to tell. Stories about love, redemption, second chances, and the messy, beautiful reality of being human. Hit that like button, share this with someone who loves a good K-drama, and I'll see you very soon with another story. Until then, remember, some things are worth fighting for. Always.